Welcome, Modern Talkers. This is Modern Talk. Modern Talk. Why? We're back here again. For now, you never know. But we're here now, and I want to start off with the kickball recap. So we had two games yesterday. One was against the best team in the league that hasn't lost yet, and then the other one was the worst team that I don't think has won a game, maybe one or two. But either way, we played the first and the last team in the standings, which was kind of fun. In my head, I was like, oh, it'd be better if the second team, the harder team, was second. Doesn't matter. Just because it would be like we could ramp up toward that with confidence from the first game and stuff. But so we came out pretty hot, and we only lost by like, well, okay, so I keep it positive. I'm the leader in there, and so the captain was like, captain, I'm the captain. I'm the captain now. The founder of the team or whatever. He said, okay, we need 5. I was leading off, and it was the last inning. He's like, all right, guys, we need 5 to tie and 6 to win, and that's not like out of the realm of possibilities for kickball. It's like if you get a couple good kicks, that could happen pretty easily. I don't care about 5 to tie. I want to win. So I went to everybody before I went out and I said 6 to win, 6 to win, 6 to win, 6 to win. The other team was like already out there. I started when they weren't out there, but by the time I got to everyone and said 6 to win to everyone, and it was the bottom of the 7th, which is the last inning. So so if we did score 6, we would win the game, and they couldn't do anything about it. So they heard that, and I knew they heard that, and I didn't do it because they heard it. I did it for our team to be like, okay, Tommy, he's saying 6 to win. We could do this, and so then I realized the other team heard, and that's the kind of bad thing about being motivating to, like, by not yelling, but like telling your teammates. Like, my big thing is like one pitch at a time, because I think it's really easy to get down on yourself when you're down, or like feel really good when you're up. And like I said, it's such a fickle game that you could lose really fast or win really fast, but you just got to take it one pitch at a time. So I say that a lot, and I don't want the other team to also take that advice. So I wish I could have like an in-ear thing with everyone. I could just be like, hey, one pitch at a time, guys. So then I walked out confidently, and I was like, I don't want to like sprint out like, oh, sorry for taking so long. So I walked out, and then I realized it was taking too long, and they were literally just waiting on me. So then I started to confidently jog, and not like at a super high pace. Anyway, that's important to me. Like that little stuff really translates, I think. So so the guy pitched it to me, and then I don't remember where I kicked it or whatever, but I kicked it, and then I ran, as fast as I could, and it was inside the park home run. I'm not bragging about the inside the park home run. Like, what I'm saying is, you need to back up what you say. So I said, we need 6 to win. I'm going to start us off right, because I was the leadoff, and so I got one of those. Now we just need 5. So go get it. And so I came back in, and people were pumped, and so that was really cool. And then we had a good inning, but we didn't get 6. but we had a real good fight, and with the best team in the league that hasn't lost, that's really good. Because I think we ended up 7-7 or 8-8. So we're like literally right in the middle. And then the next game, we were playing the worst team, so I didn't want us to take it for granted. So I was like, all right, guys, like same energy, new game. Like don't take this for granted and stuff. So I was lead off. I kicked first, and I kicked it, and it was I don't want to get too much into the details, but I got another inside the park home run, and I think that one was closer because they threw it at me at the end. I was like almost there, and like almost at the plate, and then the guy threw it at me, and then I just stopped, and then it like went past me, and then I touched the base. He threw it right at, like, I don't know if it would have hit me, but I kind of like ducked anyway as it was like going by, because he threw it like so in front of me, and then I stopped, and then kept going, and that actually is important. It comes back later. And then my next at bat, I did it again. Yeah, so I got another inside the park home run. So that was back to back to back home runs. And then the umpire, he was really cool, and he said, "I bet you $5 that you can't do it again." And I was like, "Okay, I mean, whatever." And there was someone in front of me. There was someone on first, and he said, "Well, I'll even do 5 hamburgers. I'll get you 5 hamburgers." And I felt like this was unethical. Like he was like betting. As the umpire, I feel like you can't do that. But maybe he knew it was like a game that was a landslide. But so it like wouldn't much matter. And so I said, okay, I'll do my best or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'll take the hamburgers more than $5. Like hamburgers are more than $5. He's like, oh yeah, they don't have like dollar menus anymore, I don't think. I was like, yeah, I wouldn't accept like a garbage burger anyway. Like I'd just rather have $5 if you're gonna give me like $1 burgers. Anyway, so then I crushed it, of course, and the funny thing is I don't even hit it that hard or far. No, I don't hit it that far. I hit it hard, and that troubles people. It makes them bobble it and whatever. And if you bobble it for 3 seconds, I've run 3 bases already. So not really, obviously, but dude, I like glide in the air, and I don't know. I am so interested to know what it looks like when I run, because it feels like I just like pierce through the air. It feels really fun. And I'm really thankful that I'm healthy to do that and have all the things you need to run, like legs, and like it's really crazy to think about all the things that could go wrong, just for you to not play a thing as stupid as kickball, and so I stretch and stuff. I need to stretch more all the time, but remember, like last game, I stubbed my middle finger like a little bit, and that scared me. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot, like I could get hurt, because I play so hard, and like I get scratches and stuff, but that's just like very, very, very temporary. This is so long. I've been talking so long about just this, but I don't know. I think there's a lot of lessons in sports. So I'm thankful that I'm able to run, and and run fast. Like, I don't know how that happened, but it's cool that I could run fast. I just want to acknowledge that, like, I'm not like an exceptional kicker, but I am an exceptional runner. And not just like speed wise, like instincts wise on the bases and stuff. I don't know. I hope this isn't super boring, and I don't want to feel like it's bragging because it's kickball. But I have fun. I have a lot of fun, and so I got to second, and then I realized the person in front of me was like right in front of me. Like the girl in front of me who was on first when I kicked was on second. I was like, go! And she's like, oh. And I literally would have got 5 hamburgers if it wasn't for that person in front of me. So that's annoying. But I was like, can I get like 2.5 burgers since I would have made it if she wasn't in front of me? He was like, no deal. And then at the end, you say good game to everyone. You line up and you say good game. And then the pitcher, he stopped me and he was like, hey man, great game, like great base running, like, because he tried to throw me out twice. Yeah, the third time was when I got to second and the person was like right in front of me. The fourth time, I kicked it with the bases loaded, so I only got to first. And then they said, oh, we're doing better, like each time he's getting less and less bases. And I just like pretended like I didn't hear it. And then on the next kick I got home, and that was awesome. There was another girl in front of me who wasn't as fast as me, so I like caught up to her by the time I got to home, and it was close. It was closer than I should have let it even get, but because I hesitated because I was like, oh, I don't want to catch up to her, and then I was like, wait, I could catch up to her all up until home plate. As soon as she touches home plate, I could touch it, and it's not a big deal. Anyway, so I was running, and the pitcher caught it pretty close to get me out, but like I slid in at an angle and fell down, like slid, and I don't know if he threw it or missed me or whatever, but I heard safe, so I was like, that's all I cared about. That was 2 times that he tried to get me out, and so after the game, he came up to me and said, like, hey, great game. He was the guy who stopped me in the line too, and he's like, I don't miss a lot of those, man. Like, so, you know. And last week, I gave a kid a concussion, like throwing it that hard, and so I'm just, I'm really trying to like find, this is how I would have said it, but like find that balance. And he, there's a bug on the light and it keeps distracting me, but I'm really trying to find, limits or whatever. And so I was like, okay, this is your way of saying like, don't get too comfortable, because I only missed you because I was nervous from last week. And he was like, yeah, the ambulance had to come and stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, I actually saw the ambulance there. That was you? And he's like, yeah, I hit the kid really hard. And like, I don't know why he's aiming so high, because he also aimed high at me, if you'll recall. Like I said, hey, I know this doesn't sound important, but it comes back later. Like I said, it like flew over my head. So I don't know if he has bad aim and he just like aims too high, or he just wants to concuss people. Yeah, so he was like trying to be like, don't get too comfortable, whatever. And like, whatever, like I found a way to win. So you can't make excuses. Like, I think I talked about this probably last week, but I just can't stop thinking about it, because my teammates always do this, where they have this loser mentality, where it's like, oh, like, I was on the bag, and like that, but they made the call and they're not going to change it. So make it not be that close where be undeniable. Don't give them any wiggle room to make the wrong call. And if they do make the wrong call, you just have to accept it. And then, so do your best. Be undeniable. Don't make it close. And if they make the call wrong, you have to accept it. And then that's all you could do. You can't argue. You can't be mad at yourself because you did your best. So that's a good life lesson from the kickball field.
Really good weapons.
Run! Oh, that's like... Let's go! TommyWaite.com. So we have playoffs next week, so we'll probably be talking about that next week. And I had to change my whole outfit because when I slid last night, when I said I slid in home, because I wear like the tight legging pants or whatever. So when I do slide, it doesn't rip me up. But it already had a hole in it from another slide, so my leg got scratched up, not as nearly as bad as it could have been, but bad. And so I had on a sweater, and I was about to put on my jeans. I was like, oh, I can't put on jeans with this open wound here. So and it's kind of warm out today. It's like 60. Where is it? Oh, it's raining, so it doesn't tell me. Yes, dude, that doesn't make sense. It's like in the 60s. I had to change my whole outfit today for this. Oh yeah, so go Buc-ee's. I love Buc-ee's. I don't know if this is in the way. Yeah, I'm doing this by myself. Last week I had one of the people, I think I told you, help me with with setting up everything. So I had to do this all by myself, and it's way harder than you would think, because they leave this just like however. What was I saying? Yes, he's stupid. I gotta stop with that mean talk to myself, but I'm just kidding anyway. Either way, but so in order to see if the levels for this is okay, I had to record a video of the audio over there on my phone, like test this out, and then watch the video to see if it picked up okay. So I need to figure out a better way to do that. But for now it worked, and I'm here. And I love you guys, and I'm thankful that I could even use this place and that anyone watches, even though no one watches. So, what's the deal with water tasting so bad? It tastes so bad. Why is no one talking about this? People say that there's no taste in water. It's not true. It tastes bad. And maybe some waters taste better than others. I know that's true. Like, I've had definitely worse waters, but like, even just the water that I use a Brita with and stuff, like, that's bad. And if you use any filter with any water, it should not be bad, in my opinion. It's just like sink water, but it's filtered, so it shouldn't be bad. And the filter's not bad. I change it enough. Anyway, so I got this new water bottle because the old one, was old. It was like, I think 2 years old, which isn't super old for a water bottle, but so it has a lining. It's boring, but the other one, you could hear the jingling of it has an inner lining and then this outer part, and they separated, so it was annoying. Like, it would jingle when that would happen. So like, oh, I should get a new one. And I did a lot of research, and I ended up with the same kind of one. They don't have the all yellow anymore. They like completely just took away that color way, which I think is so stupid. Why would you do that? And now they have like stupid colors. So this is like the only color that I could. White was the only other one that I would do, but but it would get dirty too quick. And I know I have the white cap, but they didn't have any black caps. Like, that's so stupid. It's unbelievable. And then obviously got TommyWaite.com on there. So I was like, oh, that's another reason to get a new one. Got to keep it branded. But I took the bottom thing to keep it. It's so annoying when you set it down and it goes dong. Sorry if I hurt your ears. And so they sell these like little rubber silicone things at the bottom, and so I just took that off the other one that I had a yellow one on my yellow bumper on the yellow bottle. So boring. Okay, why am I so boring sometimes? But I find that so interesting because I'm me. So water. It felt. I don't know if you guys remember this, but this was solo summer season something. So a while ago, like over a year ago. But I said it on the podcast that I switched to. This is 2021, like summer 2021. Wow, it's right now. It's February 1st, 2023. So anyway, what was I saying? What did he say? Denim, bay. Oh, get it, hey. I felt weird putting Propel in it because it was like so perfect and clean. So I was like, maybe this is where I actually go to only water, because what I used to do was, this is 40 ounces. I used to put 3 Propel packets in, because that's, I think, the ratio that makes sense for because I think it's 12 ounces, 1 Propel packet per 12 ounces, so 12 times, what is it, 12 times 3, what is it? Embarrassing. I have to do it here. No, that's not it. Dang it, that's the timer. Who else does that all the time, where they try to do the calculator and they do the timer instead? That's so annoying. Why do they look similar in my head? I did 1 times 3. Yes, it's 3. 36. Yeah, so 40 ounces. So three packets is actually a little bit less than it should be. I started with that, and then I went down to 1, went down to 2, and then went down to 1. Just because it's so expensive. Because I drink like 1 or 2 of these a day, and 10 packets is like too much dollars, and I don't remember, like $3 or something. So per packet, it's not like a ton of money, but it adds up really quick, especially if you use 3. But I would drop $80 on Propel like every 6 months or something, but still, dude, that's so much. So I'm hopefully going to be saving $80 every 6 months. But so yeah, I only drink water now, like plain water, and it's been like 5 days, and it's really, really, really bad. Like, it makes my tummy hurt. Like, I don't like water at all. But you have to like stay hydrated. So I've been drinking garbage stuff more to compensate for how bad water is. So I like drink the water, and then I take a sip of the good sweet stuff. And that's like even worse. So I'm like probably more hydrated or whatever, but like health-wise, it's bad overall. So I'm hoping I'll get used to water, but I don't know that I will. I've always hated water. That's why I used to like only drink pop or soda, whatever you want to call it. I call it pop, but yeah, I never liked water, and that's why I was like tubby as a kid, and now probably, but because I only drank like apple juice and root beer. But yeah, I love my trusty Dunkin'. So there's there's the Dunkin'. It's like literally, people say I could throw a rock at it like it's a stone's throw away. It's probably not that close, but it's probably like 2 throws away. Like I could step out of here, throw a rock twice, and probably get there. And I know flimsy up the numbers, so guess who I saw in the Dunkin' drive-thru? A cop. Why would you do that as a cop? There's donuts there. That's probably what people think you're getting, and that's probably what you're getting. And like the only person more obvious to be in a donut line is Homer Simpson. Like, why would you do that in a cop car? Like, get it before work. Also, are you on duty and you're just getting donuts? Like freaking Chief Wiggum, whatever. I saw this video of and I'll show it here, of what it looks like without the outside of a door on a car and the window going down. I thought that was so interesting. And then I saw this on Twitter, and then someone commented, this is great for someone who doesn't understand object permanence, because object permanence is like this is right here now, and it's gone, and now it doesn't exist, and now it's here, and it does exist, and now it's gone, and it doesn't exist. So like babies don't have object permanence, and I feel like that was self-explanatory. I didn't have to do that whole visual thing. But anyway, I wanted to show you my pretty flowers. Maybe I talked about this before, but I think I have object permanence. I have emotional permanence, whatever. I struggle with emotional permanence. I don't know. I didn't think about this before, like what to call it. But I always need continual affirmation. It doesn't need to be verbal. It could just be like, a wink or whatever. But like I need to know like you didn't change your mind about how you feel about me, and I don't know why that is, but yeah, that video just made me think of that, and it was also kind of cool video just because I never saw that before. Through this place, we got headshots for their magazine or something. I'm an employee or whatever, so I got to get headshots, and I'll show some of them now. And it was really fun, and it was cool, and now I have nice pictures of me, even at this desk, but they have their stuff up instead of my stuff. Yeah, it was really silly. And then the boss lady, whatever, said, find some hot pics for a backdrop or something, because they have a video wall here at this church. They want to take pictures in front of it, and we didn't know what hot pics meant. And so we we looked up like fun stuff, and there was one thing that looked like really groovy and funkadelic, and we're like, oh, we'll put this one up, because she texted us hot pics. So we're like, what does that mean? I guess we'll just figure it out. And one of the ones that we picked for her was that one, and it's so funny. Because like it's just so not her sensibility. It's a Christian TV station. It was a mandala, which is a geometric figure representing the universe in Hindu and Buddhist symbolism. So if they do use that for anything, it's like extra funny to me, because it's like not a Christian thing, which is what they're all about. But it also means a symbol in a dream representing the dreamer's search for completeness and self-unity, which can be Christian, and that's really kind of cool in my opinion. So we had that backdrop up, and I did a stupid pose in front of that. It looked really cool in my opinion. So I was hanging out with my Myrtle family, and Noah, the 2-year-old, almost two. Um, he was playing, and he somehow got sparkles from head to toe, and it was really cute. But like, I was like, oh no, I hate sparkles because they just never go away, and they just get all over you all the time. And he's usually all over me, and so I was like, oh, like I don't want to be covered in. And then and then he was eating Cheetos next to me, and which is like the fingeriest, the cheesy fingeriest snack there is, and and when he was done eating, he wiped it on my clothes, and and so I was covered in sparkles and cheesy. He wasn't as all over me as he usually was, which is nice, but I had to make the decision, like, am I gonna say no, you can't touch me because you have because you have sparkles on, and I don't want sparkles, and I didn't do that because he doesn't understand that, first of all. So he's just gonna remember, oh, Mr. Tommy or whatever they call me. I'm trying to get them to call me MrTommyWaite.com, but you can't. Beggars can't be choosers. I don't know how that applies, but I just thought of that. What I'm saying is, sparkles last a long time, but feelings last even longer. And yeah, he won't remember any of this. Like if I move in a month or whatever, he probably won't remember me in 2 years or something. Maybe 3 years. I don't know. But yeah, that's sad. But but the point is, like, he probably won't remember any of this, or in a couple of days or whatever. But I didn't want to do that to a kid, especially Noah. He's so cute, and he's my friend. Oh, so what I'm trying to work on in my life is being more selfish, which doesn't sound right. But I think I was so living for other people that I need to overcorrect and be more selfish and think about what I feel, because I would just be like, well, what would they think? What would they feel? How would this make them feel? And I never considered, it's so funny to say, like, I never really considered what I felt about it. And like, that's nice. That's a nice thing to do sometimes, but you can't do that forever. Like, you need to know how you feel. So if you don't feel good, no one could feel good. I don't know. Does that make sense? I like to make everyone feel bad if I feel bad around me. No, that's not what I mean. Also, you're only in charge of you making yourself feel good. And so, in a way, I was like being manipulative and a control freak by thinking that I could control them with what I did to make how to make them feel, if that makes sense. So I don't know. It's so right now I'm like overcorrecting. This is like an overcorrecting time in my life where I'm like being more selfish, and that's kind of fun. Like this phase, but eventually I'm gonna have to find that balance and of being selfish and knowing when to choose you first rather than put someone else in front of you. And actually recently, it was a weird week because there were like two big conflicts that came up, and the one was like pretty bad. Like, I don't want to get into whatever, but because it's not my stuff, but I had to go into a mode of like, let's do everything we can to make this person feel better. And that felt good. Like, that felt so comfortable to me, because like that's how I was all the time back in the Dizzy. And I was like, wow, I'm really thankful that I have this, that I could just like go into this gear of being totally for someone else. And like I felt like I was doing the right thing the whole time. Which sometimes you get in those situations, you're like, I have no idea if this is right or what to do. Anyway, so, and I could be wrong, like time could tell that I actually didn't know what I was doing and I did something wrong. But wow, the freaking ceiling's so creaky, dude. Oh, I also wanted to address that this is bare because it's tilted. I don't know if you could tell. So we can't put anything on it because it's not in the wall, it's just like on the wall. So I'm overcorrecting by being more selfish, is what I'm saying. Face pain? Oh. In my notes I just wrote face pain, and then the next thing made me understand it. I thought, I was like, I don't think so. So like I said, I hurt my leg, or not hurt, like, but just scraped it up, and like it was like not pretty, but like a little bit bloody, and so I went to the shower last night to like clean it out, and it hurt so bad. It like, me, I like laugh through everything because I'm an absurdist. But I almost messed it up again saying I'm an absurdist. But it hurt so bad. I put hot water on it to just so it wouldn't be like, hopefully clean it out a little bit. And eventually, like, I realized that wasn't so bad. And like, pain is just like a sensation. Does that make sense? Like, we put the story of like, oh, it hurts, but like, or does it just give you a feeling? And it like made me feel alive, if that makes sense. Like, I was so in the moment and present in that moment, and like, it was really funny. I don't know, would I do it again? I did it this morning when I took a shower, and it hurt again, but I already knew how it was gonna hurt. So it wasn't as scary, and I just like got through it. Cause last night I like put it under for a second, and then I was like, that's what the pain felt like, or the sensation. I was like, whoa, I did not anticipate it feeling that bad. And so doing it again this morning, I kind of just like yielded to it, and I was like, okay. And I knew the pain would go away with time. Like, the initial intense sensation like dies down the more it gets water on it. I don't know why that is. I guess you get used to it or something. But yeah, you laugh through the pain, and enjoy the being present, and know it's just a sensation. So is death, I guess. I don't know. Haven't done it. Was that it? I guess so. So I had a really good time hanging out with you, and I'm really excited for next week because I didn't feel like I had a ton of stuff this week. I don't know. It was a weird week, but I'm really excited for what happens next week, and I get to tell you about it. And like, I got the playoff game, for instance. I felt like I had nothing to talk about up until yesterday, and then I had the kickball and therapy, so that kind of like got the juices flowing. And like, I feel bad because I have all this nice setup now, and I didn't even like want to do it this week because I was like, I don't really have a ton of stuff. But hopefully you got something out of it, and if you did, please like and subscribe. on Apple Podcast, on Spotify. I had this fantasy for a while. I don't know if I talked about it on here, but because I was building up so many emails, and I had a fantasy of going to a coffee place, like a coffee shop. You know, I love coffee shops. And going through all my emails and dealing with them and reading them and doing whatever I needed to do with them. And finally yesterday I did that because I got the podcast completely done a day before. So I was rewarding myself with being ahead by getting behind, by catching up on other stuff or doing maintenance or whatever you want to call it. So that's really exciting. But coffee shops, go to more coffee shops. Support local businesses. It's really, dude, it's so nice to just sit there and chill in a coffee shop. Oh, it's just so the best. You got to find the right one though. I'm going to make a blog about, because I talked about what it takes to be a good coffee shop. So I'm going to put out a blog version of what I said sometime. And it should be out by now because I want to do it. And this comes out in like more than 15 weeks. So comment stuff. Like, I just love when people comment stuff because it, like last night I talked about the pontoon experience that I had with my Myrtle family, and that was like the first time I like fully talked about them. And so I sent it to my Myrtle family and my Myrtle sister specifically, and Kristen, and so she showed Noah, I guess. And so there's this cute picture of him like looking and touching the screen with my face on it because they were watching it or whatever. So that was really cute. So if you're 2, you don't have to like and subscribe yet, but if you're older than 2, like Jaden, I'm looking at you, she's 6, so I think she could do it. She's my Myrtle niece, and so she could do it. So do it. And you know, she doesn't have to comment because she's like just learning to read and stuff, and you know, it would look like I have really dumb listeners, but it's so mean, but obviously kidding. So, and it's cool to think like they could watch this because I don't swear or anything, and it like might be a little bit above their head, but it's nothing they can't. It's nothing that they can't see or hear. So if they did watch, that'd be cool. Anyway, so I'm stalling for some reason. I really love you guys truly, and I hope this made you think, and keep in touch with me.